everybody. So I'm starting a new channel, y'all, that will be for inspiration to inspire people artistically, art, literary, photography. I'll be sharing my experiments, my adventures in art. So I hope y'all will join my new channel that I'm starting today. So this will be the last video of this kind I'm doing on this channel. You'll have to go to my upcoming channel, okay? So once again, I'm starting a new channel. There will be all type of art stuff, uh, including writing, exercises, adventures I'm going on, experiments I'm doing, and you'll be able to watch. So I love experimenting with different things that I'm seeing in videos and different activities. So in this video, I'm actually going to be experimenting. I got to get my phone, y'all. I don't know where my phone went. I think it's in my room. So while we're waiting for more people to come in, I'm going to be using random things. It's going to be like a little journal entry. This is something about finding your creative flow. I saw in a video on YouTube. So I'll be experimenting with that. I'll be experimenting with that. And also loose watercolor abstract, where you just kind of put the brush on the page and then you just follow the water to create an abstract. I'll be doing that as well. Okay, so this is not defined art or anything like that. This is uh, finding your creative flow, experimenting. So I watched a video and the lady was talking about finding your creative flow, simply just experimenting with different medias and putting watercolor on the page. So I'm going to use some colored pencils, erasable colored pencils. I am going to be using this artistic pen here. I might actually do like a random little abstract flower, drawing it first, and then experimenting with watercolor. I might do that as a third exercise. So let me just make sure I have my watercolors. I did have it. So I'm just going to use these. I might just color on the page and then work with the water, because these are watercolor pencils. So I'm not really trying to do nothing specific. She said colors that you. Now I was looking at this exercise on Eventbrite. They was talking about how Kandinsky, how they may have um, different shapes. I'm not trying to do nothing special, y'all. Some of y'all want someone came to see something very divine, defined, and that's not what this is. I notice that when I don't draw something that's like realistic, people leave. We're living in a world where people do not want to experiment. They don't want to be patient with growth. I saw a quote before I got started that actually said, all great things take time. Now I'm just experimenting, y'all. These are watercolors, so if any of y'all are wondering, looks kind of Kandinsky like. I think that's what they were saying in the one activity. We're gonna see what happens as I might add actual watercolor from the palette from the thingy too. So I have some water going on here. Y'all might can't see it. I have water here. This is a lot of water. So that was wet on dry. So I noticed the watercolor pencils take a while to bleed out on the page. But it is what it is, y'all. I've been looking at how I can let the watercolor participate, the pencils participate at the same time. Huh. So I learned something about colored pencils that um they do what the heck was that? They do kind of act like regular pencils. So we're gonna go with the water in the actual bowl. I mean the watercolor pencils in the actual palette. I mean actual tray for this. I did get to see my creative flow. I did get to see what direction I prefer to start and what colors that I seem to really be enjoying. We're living in a very critical world. A lot of people are just looking to get entertained rather than enjoying the experience of being a part of something, some growth. It's very sad too. So we're gonna go there, here. This towel just keep on falling. We're gonna go ahead and put that towel over there. So we'll do it. We're gonna do it this way. We're gonna start the light. Y'all should be able to hear the animals. I think some of the people be preparing their tray before they even start. Okay. Interesting. So this is intuitive drawing, y'all. It's not really trying to be something specific, but that's what she was talking about. Letting yourself see what, like, you're seeing what's coming out of you, like you're looking at it. Um, it's just wet on wet. I mean, wet on dry. So I'm just trying to get some watercolor going on here, right here. It's an intuitive painting, y'all. Mm, that kind of looks like a little house deer. See how there's certain strokes that look like they're a little heavy? I'm like leaving them like that. Okay. See here. I do want some red. I'm going with my emotions that I'm kind of in, that I feel. So this isn't even planned out, y'all. This Nothing's planned out about this picture. Wet on wet, wet on. Um, I don't even know what this is doing, y'all. I'm just straight up just. I don't even know what it's gonna look like when it dries. And whatever water, I'm not even like trying to reload the palette with the water either. Just whatever that's there is getting there. I don't even know what I did, y'all. Just I literally did not even pick anything. Let's see, that's a little darker right there. I don't even know what this thing is, but it is what it is. Do I got a green over here? Okay, so I went from kind of light. Now I'm trying to go dark because they said light to dark. And I'm trying to leave some of the paper there. Like don't try to just keep filling in the paper. I don't even know what this is, y'all. It's just an experiment. I do realize that some of that green of this pencil here is not even as dark as this green. It's not, y'all. See how that came out darker? I don't know what's going to happen when it dries, but ah, I noticed that when she did her little intuitive drawing, where she didn't care, she actually she was doing stuff with the water. She was moving the water. That's what I'm doing. Now, and I do realize I do like the wet. I'm seeing something here where it's like I like to go wet. I like some of the she said it doesn't matter. I don't even know what this is making, but it is what it is, y'all. Everybody came for some magnificent drawing. And then when they felt like, oh, it's not going well, let me leave. But yet they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. I just pulled some of the water out of there because I felt like it was a little bit too globby. I do like where it's going though. So I guess when you mix certain colors, it's like a little pinkish there. Letting what wants to happen happen, I guess. So this is like the lighter stroke. And I'm looking at this, y'all, and I'm seeing that like when I first start, I like it seems like my brush when it's not that wet, I like it. But when it gets a little bit too wet, I don't like it. So maybe I don't like I'm not too much into the heavy wet on wet like that. Like some of the watercolor people are doing. Maybe I'm a less drier, a less drier painter. I mean, a more drier painter. So that's why I said creative flow. In her video, she talks about finding your own creative flow. Her. So maybe I should. Let's see what happens. Okay. I liked it when there was less water on the page. I really didn't like the wet on wet too much. I didn't really like that. I feel like I'm not at home when I do wet on wet. But when I do like wet on dry and dry on wet or something like that, seems like it works out better for me. Let's see. Maybe I need to do. And she also talks about use some people need to use multiple um multimedia. Or she's saying she her video is in YouTube. She also talks about um so I feel like when I do like cartoony type art or blurred, very blurred art, I feel like I'm at home then when I do it. Like intuitively, I feel it's me. So that says a lot. Like, see how I'm going dry? I started going dry by instinct, like less water. Like, see how that got more water, less water there. So I added a little bit of water there. That one. So this is I just went like more dry and then it's like wet. So I'm learning something about how I prefer to work. The brush wasn't even that wet when I first put this on. Okay. It's just like when you're a poet, you learn and see how I just like I use the marker to just randomly do these clouds, these weird clouds. So this is like actually a little bit of wet on wet. I mean a little bit of I'm gonna use keep some of the white page there. Okay, that's looking interesting. It's not actually well defined art, but okay. All right. Oh, I'm just experimenting with random drawing here. Huh. So, okay. So, I'm seeing how my brush strokes be looking too. Yeah, studying. I don't even care if it bleed like this. Okay. Now I had an interest in drawing a particular character today. I might do that on video. That's a pinkish flag. What if I just change the brush? Let me see the round brush. Do I have a round? Here, this one. I feel like I didn't have enough water. Now, I don't know. Maybe the wet on wet might come in now. Let's see what happens, y'all. I do want to get some fresh water in here, though. Fresh water in this brush. It's funny when you learn certain techniques, then you start to remember them as you're going along. I just noticed that. Mm. I'm using a lot of the water here. I'm trying to use a lot of the water that's on the page already. Okay, y'all. Let me put this on the charger. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put my laptop on the charger. Yeah, too, y'all. I'm gonna put some yellow in here. I might put them. I might put somebody in the boat. I might put somebody in this boat. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. I'm not even controlling the water as much. Okay. Okay. Dark is in this one. Let's see. Adding a little bit of yellow. Maybe I do want a little bit of blue skies, but it would have to be really watery, like watery, watery. A little bit more than that. Let's just control the water flow. I could have put the light on first, but I wasn't stressing about that. So, okay, when the brush goes a little bit drier, the blue can be, I mean, it's lighter, okay? It's lighter. So that it is a little darker there. Okay, I ain't trying to do any Picasso or anything like that. Let me bleed a little bit of the yellow out of there. I want to blend it. At least attempt to blend it. Okay. There's that weird little, I do want to pull it, maybe pull it that way. Spread the water out just a little bit. See how it's bleeding, and I don't even care about that because it's like almost like a natural thing happening here.